Good afternoon, my fine friends. How are y'all today? So good to be here with you. Now, I got a little bit of a sweet tooth going, and now y'all know that I like sweet and tart at the same time desserts. They're probably my favorite. I'm going to make for you today a simple little recipe you can throw together just like that. I kid you not, I've probably made this at least 10 times over the last 6 months. I make it all the time. It is a simple little pineapple souffle, and don't let the word souffle scare you because it's not one of them things that puff up to here and you got to watch it and all this stuff. This is so simple with simple ingredients. So I hope you love it as much as I do. Let me get started showing you how to make this simple little dish. Well, you look at these simple little ingredients, 6 of them. We've got all-purpose flour, sugar, 20-ounce can of pineapple rings or fresh. They didn't have any ripe ones today when I went to the store, but honestly the canned is delicious and it's quick. 3 pieces of bread or brioche buns or English muffins or whatever kind of bread that you have. 3 eggs and a stick of butter. That's all it is. So simple to throw together in and out of the oven before you can almost blink. Now, because the pineapple was not ripe at Aldi, I'm just going to use a can of, this calls for pineapple crushed, and you can buy cans of tidbits, but I don't like them because they're in little cubes. I really like, if I'm using canned, to buy the rings, and I want the syrup and all, and just put it right in your blender of choice, and let's grind up these pineapples. It just makes it so moist and just distributes that pineapple taste all over it. So here we go. See, there was nothing to that, just took a minute and under. Now let's do the next easy step. Now, just get you a medium-sized bowl, not a giant one, not a small one, and you're gonna break your 3 eggs. Much more carefully than I do. And we're gonna give them a little beat down. Oopsies. Got a shell in there. Got it out. So I've got my trusty little mixer. I'm gonna mix that up. See how easy that was? And then we're gonna add a half a cup of sugar to our eggs. And 3 heaping tablespoons of flour. You don't have to measure too carefully. Sometimes I like a little bit more. Makes it more substantial. And then just blend that together. It mixed really, really well. Then you're going to add your pineapple, your crushed pineapple. And guess what? Your souffle base is ready, just about. Okay, let's go on to the very next simple little step. Now, put you a whole stick of butter, yes, a whole stick of butter. I didn't say this was healthy. My last video I made you something rather healthy, so we're going decadent and rich this time. So I'm going to pop this in the oven and give it a melt. Just take a minute or 2, just till it melts. Now while your butter's melting, just start tearing your 3 pieces of bread, or 2 or 3 hot dog buns that are the same size as this basically. You'll get used to it. Whatever kind of bread you want to use, seriously. And just start tearing it up and putting it in a bowl, because we're going to pour that butter all over it. You want to hear something funny? I started seeing these little brown spots in the bread, and I knew it was brand new pack. And I went and looked at it, and it's an artesian bread that my stepfather purchased. He knows I love that artesian bread. And it's got maple and brown sugar in it. Oh my, this is going to be new for me, and I'll bet it's out of this world. Because sometimes I'll sprinkle cinnamon on my bread, a little extra sugar. This has got brown sugar and maple flavor. Plain white bread will be just fine too, though. All right, and my butter's nice and melted. Took a minute. Now I've got this one piece left. I want to tear some bigger pieces of this and set those aside. You know why? I like to put these on the top of this souffle, and they kind of toast up and they're sweet and crunchy. I'll show you. This is my favorite part of this souffle. Okay, got a whole handful for the top. Okay, now take all the pieces you've just torn apart, even the big ones. Well, let's just put it in this bowl. That way maybe I won't make a mess. Just put it right in there with the butter. And then we're just going to toss it. Get each piece coated nicely. That should do it. And then I want to go in there, I'm going to pull out those big pieces and put them in this bowl, because these are going to go on the top. So just start digging through it, find your choice pieces. Okay, we're almost done. You ready for the next step? Let's go. Now get you a pretty little baking dish. Give it a little spray with some oil. Sometimes I even use my cast iron pan to cook this in, to be honest, but I wanted you to be able to see through it, see how pretty it is. Now, get your egg and pineapple mixture and pour all the bread in it except for what you've pulled aside for the top. And just put it right in there. You're just going to mix that right together. Right in there. Oh, you just don't know how good this is. So, so yummy. Now just pour your mixture right into your little casserole dish. Yeah. Okay, I've got it all in the little glass pie plate. And then what I want to do is take those big old pieces, and since this has maple and brown sugar in it already, I don't have to do anything to it. Usually I'll sprinkle a little sugar on top of them. Just put them lightly on the top so that they don't sink in. They're just going to sit there, and when they bake in the oven, they're going to get all toasty, crunchy, give you that wonderful little texture that's so good. Look, that's all there is to it. Now all I got to do is pop it into the oven and give her a little cook. All right, I'll let you know how long it takes. Can't wait. We're probably going to bake this. Well, it's on 350. I did preheat my oven. We're probably going to bake this for about an hour. Just depends on how hot your stove is. So, say 45 minutes to an hour. Here, it'll probably be closer to an hour. At home with my gas oven, it gets done a little quicker, especially when I do it in cast iron. I'll let you know. Now, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Took exactly 45 minutes in Mother and Jerry's oven. Just like at mine at home. It's a little bit shaky, but it's set in the center. So now all we gotta do is try it. Oh, it smells so good. I can get a little whiff of that maple from that unusual bread I use. It's gonna be so good. Okay, let's give it a try. I like to make this for a couple of my girlfriends. Lakilla, she loves it, or was it Susie? Her sister, I can't remember which one loved this so much when we had our crawfish boil last year. And I like to make it for Lydia and for my mother. Okay, and now just to taste. I'm thirsty. Oh, to try. I want to get one of these crispy pieces that I put on the top with a little bit of the souffle. Oh yes. Wow. Wow. No wonder I love this so much and make it so often. Oh my gosh, that maple bread is astounding. If I can get a hold of that, I'll be doing that all the time. I'm in love. You guys have got to make this simple little throw together dessert. Oh my gosh. Love. It's been so nice being here in the kitchen with y'all again. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love connecting with people, you know. we stay home a lot nowadays. At least I do, now that I'm older. And so I enjoy making new friends. Thank you for being with me. Y'all have a wonderful evening or day, and just enjoy this meal. Bye for now. Toodaloo.